welcome again to another QSPNLive.com culinary feature. Today, we're going inside the Wagon Wheel restaurant where we're going to learn how they make that incredible sausage gravy. You want to stick around and see how this is done. Let's go inside. Karen Souders works at the Wagon Wheel Motel Cafe and is responsible for making their famous sausage gravy. It's a gravy that even Southerners passing through Drummond proclaim as the best they've ever had. Today, Karen shows us how she makes this incredible breakfast treat.
Okay, this is 6 pounds of bulk sausage. We put it in this pan and we turn the burner down as low as we can so that it will make it easier to crumble, so we can get it into small crumbles. And it takes quite a while to do this process to get it the way we need it.
And so the low heat helps it crumble as opposed to bake into...
Yeah, the low heat lets it soften up so that you can take the potato masher and get it apart. And then you can stir it around and crumble it. If you put on too high a heat, then you get spots that are burnt, and then you can't crumble those up into smaller pieces. And if you don't have small pieces, then the sausage will look raw in the sausage gravy. So you've got to have it's got to be cooked just perfect way. And it takes almost an hour to get the whole process done, to do it right. Now this is cooked for a while and it's getting warmer through. So now you can see it's a lot easier to work with and you can get it crumbled up. If this was too hot, it would be just great big crumbs that you couldn't. So this is the real crucial part of getting the sausage cooked right. It's the low heat and slow.
And this whole process of browning the sausage, you said takes how long?
Takes probably about 20 minutes to a half an hour. And when I have it at this temperature, if I'm busy, I can go away and do other things and then come back to it, so I'm not just stuck here. But if I had the heat way up high, I would have to be constantly stirring it. So this keeps me out of trouble from burning it also, as well as getting the size of crumb we want. So now this is getting to the stage we want it. Now we're at the point where you can turn the burner up, but when it gets to this point, you pretty well have to stay and watch it. If you have to go up front and cook or do something, you have to shut the burner off and come back, because you will forget it when you get up there and get busy. I don't care how young or old you are, you will forget it when you got a whole bunch of tickets hanging in front of you. Get to this point, I switch to a spoon because I don't have to mash it. If I find a chunk that's too big, I can mash it with a spoon or chop it.
And how much is this going to end up making for the gravy part?
This makes a little over 3 gallons.
And that'll last you how many days?
Depends. Some days we go through 1 gallon or 2.
Wow.
In the summer we went highest through, over a 3-day weekend, we went through like 13 gallons of sausage gravy, like a rodeo weekend or something. Yeah, we thought we had tons in there, and by Sunday it was not tons. There was like 1 left. serve it with our biscuits and gravy, and then it also comes with a chicken fried steak for breakfast. And our chicken fries we bread ourselves, so that's a home done product. And they're not deep fried or.
For the next 10 to 15 minutes, the sausage turns from gray to a golden brown. It must be closely attended. If Karen has something else that needs her attention, she has to turn off the burner and move the pan off of its burner so it stops cooking. After it reaches the desired state of color, Karen begins the process of creating the gravy using the sausage fat and the pan renderings.
Okay, this is the finished product. This is the brownness we want it to be for our gravy, so it makes a nice, it gives flavor and then it looks a lot better in your sausage. And now we dump 4 cups of flour in it. And I let that cook for about a minute to get the floury cooked out of it.
So does that kind of use the fat to create like a roux?
Yeah, yeah. And that's why you're cooking it, because it'll help cook the flour so it doesn't have to cook as long after you put the milks and stuff in to get the floury taste out. And usually it's hot enough that, and actually the flour putting it in, it helps cool it down so it quits cooking too. The sausage will quit cooking. So that's the sausage with the flour and coffee creamer. Now, this is a gallon of this, so I just dump this in the sausage and flour mixture and stir it up. And you want to use hot water to mix it as hot as you can, because then the gravy cooks way faster once you get it in, everything in this kettle. Okay, now this is our secret ingredient for our sausage gravy. Not really that. So you mix it up just like you do the coffee creamer. Now this is the secret ingredient going in there.
And that's just to mix with all the various spices and flavorings that give that gravy the unique taste.
Yeah, that's what it is. And we only use this in our sausage gravy. We don't use it in anything else. And now I have to put in another half gallon of water to bring it up to about here. And if you do that way, then it should go into the tub the way you want it to come out when you heat it up, or to use it. And now I bring it to a boil. And at this point I have to stay here, or if I have to leave, I have to shut the burner off. And then you bring it to boil, and it just boils about a minute and it's done. Because if you boil it too long, then it'll break down on your steam table and won't be any good. And then you just stir it and try and scrape all the good brown stuff off the bottom. So now this is boiled about a minute, so it's done. And this is what the finished product looks like. So now I need to stir it to get everything from the bottom up into it. The brown, from the browning the meat.
With the gravy made, now comes one of the best parts of my job, tasting the goods. A few toasted biscuits, and I'm just moments away from culinary heaven.
Okay, this is our finished product of our gravy, and now we've browned 2 biscuits, and this goes over top of the biscuits. And then that's how it is.
So this is the completed product that we just saw get made in the kitchens of the Wagon Wheel Cafe. These are the biscuits and gravy, and this is the home-style burger, completely made from scratch with the home-style buns that we just saw, and then a home-style patty that's made here at the Wagon Wheel. Now, at this point in our segment, I would normally try to give an unbiased analysis of the taste and texture of this food. But quite frankly, I've had this about a dozen times, and I've had this probably close to 200 times since I've been here. And there's nothing unbiased about this. In fact, according to patrons of the restaurant, some people from the South come here and say this is better biscuits and gravy than they get down in the South. And it's truly an amazing thing. So if you get a chance to come over and have some, we'd encourage you to. It's the Wagon Wheel Motel and Cafe. It's located right here on Front Street in Drummond, Montana. So I'm going to go to eat, and again, my analysis would be superfluous because I'm going to tell you how awesome both of them are anyway. So thank you for watching. For QSBNlive.com, this is Tim Allen reporting.
Good choice. Anyway, where's this credit email that you're at? Where is it at?